So, hey guys, this is Mel Williams from Unsigned Artist Magazine, and today I am doing a live recording interview with the lovely Miss Hailee Mason, who is also a fellow model for the Do It Yourself model blog, video blog. And so, Hailee actually had a fashion show last night, and so tell us a little bit about that.
It was the 18th annual Celebrity Waiters Bash for University of Arkansas's AKA Incorporated, Alpha Kappa Alpha. They do this every year. This was the first time, I believe, I could be wrong, that they had a fashion show. I'm sorry, my
Oh,
dog.
wow. No, we love Lily too.
That they had a fashion show inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like, no, I'm the model. He's the mom. So, I believe it was their first time having an actual fashion show inside of their group, or their bash, I should
Wow,
say.
that's nice.
They raise a lot of money to put into scholarships and help out students that want to achieve their goals in the art industry, whether it's drawing, fashion, so on and so forth.
Wow. I think that's the first time I've heard of something like that. That was like the
Yeah,
sorority doing a fashion show to raise. That's pretty cool.
money for scholarship. Yeah, it was really fun to watch, and they had a live auction, and then silent auction, and it was just phenomenal to see these people stand up in the live auction and offer all this money to just give to scholarships. It was
Wow.
especially wanting to be a part of this industry, and it's like seeing that support was phenomenal.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun. Of course, the MCs had a lot of fun with it too.
Mm-hmm.
But our featured guest for the art industry was, they had a little video clip on him. There's a video coming out, so I can't give too much out for it.
Okay, we understand.
But his art is, I thought it was pictures, like he just took photographs, but he drew it himself. And so I was like,
wow.
Oh. And so he had this gorgeous, I believe it was a drawing with, I want to say color pencil, but I didn't get to look at it very close. But it was Prince in purple.
Oh, wow.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So what was, like, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, and you mentioned something that was really crazy for a model, like with doing runway backstage, and you were changing into like all these different outfits.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
There were 4 designers total, and we had 20 girls. So some girls got to walk for 2 designers. I ended up walking for 3. So as I got off stage, there were 3 steps to get backstage. So you get down. I'm literally starting to change as I'm getting back down the stairs, because I had to be back in line on the other stage. And they touch up your makeup while they do that. They help you get dressed. You have one person while you're walking helping you step into pants.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to, like, another person helping you step into your heels while someone's putting something over your head, and another person's fixing your makeup.
And you mentioned doing all of this, like walking backwards while they're doing your eyeshadow.
Yeah, it's like walking backwards, and I'm like, can you even see where you're going? It starts back here.
Wow, that is so crazy.
Yeah, and the crazy part is, like, it's hard to do that. 1, 2, you had to be quiet. That was so hard.
Wow.
And so I ended up getting to walk for 3 designers out of the 4, and it was a lot of fun. I walked in 2 different outfits for 1. That I was like, as I got backstage, the girl in front of me went up and did her walk, and as she was doing her stalls, I was tying the top on. And I hope no one saw me. Because it was a tie in the front, and that was it. And I had my back to the stage at first, and the girls were looking at me, and I was like, because I have to take my strapless bra off, because that's how most fashion goes, right?
Yep.
So I just looked at him, I was like, this is about to happen. Pop my bra off.
Hey, life of a model, huh?
They died laughing. They were like, we got you, girl. We got you. It's fine.
That's Runway, huh?
So it was, oh yeah, hardcore. And I'm sitting there, I'm trying to breathe, and they're like, go. I'm like, hold your breath. Because you want to breathe while you walk, obviously.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to be like down the runway. But afterwards, after you get done with changing and stuff, after that last designer, I was like, oh, I can breathe. I can go to the after party thing that they have. It's just like a big networking event afterwards, and that was so fun. I changed into my dress and went and got me a glass of wine because I definitely needed it.
Yeah, you deserved it after all.
10 minutes of changing. And so I got my glass of wine. I started talking to people, and they realized, oh, I've seen you before. You were in this fashion show. I knew I recognized your walk. Blah 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 blah. So that to me, as hard as I work on my walk, really, that made me feel good because, I mean, in the modeling industry, you want to be known for you, not, oh, you can do the European glide or you can do the New York walk. No, you want to be known and be like, you're Hailee Mason because I love your walk.
Right. That is so amazing. And that's actually why we are doing this interview today, because you did an interview with Unsigned Artist magazine, and you were talking about modeling tips for the beginning model, even the ones that have a little bit more experience on the runway, things that they could do in runway as well as the pictures that they're taking. So if we could get a little bit more into that, just share some of those tips that you mentioned in the article that would be good for the beginning model to kind of know and to start practicing.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I would say we'll start with photo because a lot of photo stuff goes into runway too, and it sounds weird, but when you pose, it's to show off clothing in photos. There we go.
I do it too. It's okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing that at the end of the runway anyway.
True.
Because literally a walking hanger, so it's not like you can have as much fun as you can with a photo. So some of the tips I went over were triangles or windows, as I call them. Some people call them windows as well. Showing off your S curve. I can actually, let's see if I can do this. I'm rigging something up here.
Okay.
So, you have your windows, which are what you create with your arms. You guys are looking up at me. That's kind of weird. This is, hey guys. I'm socially awkward. I don't know if you've noticed.
No, you're fine.
It's probably why I model.
I like that aspect too. Like, you just like look pretty. You know, you don't have to say anything. Worry about interacting so much.
Right. People are like, oh, you're so pretty. I'm like, thanks. Just don't talk to me because I'm awkward. Okay, this is gonna happen. We're gonna end like this. My dog just awkwardly sneezed. Okay, hi world. Okay, so what I mean by your S curve is if you stand in your model stance, which I guess I can show you on my feet, which would be this. That's your model stance, and you bring your leg in to be a lady. Can you see that?
A little bit, yeah. It's sideways.
Oh.
There you go.
How about that?
That's much better.
So we'll create this S curve, which is here to your shoulder, and then you keep your hips facing this way, and bring your shoulder over, and see that S curve?
Yeah.
That will be your favorite thing. It gives you the most curvature in your figure. And so showing that off is a big thing in photos. You don't necessarily have to stay posed like that, but that curvature that you have in that particular form is like what they look for.
Okay.
And so windows would be like helping show that off. They definitely show like that area, that space, and it slims down your body. So I would recommend getting in front of a mirror. I always recommend getting in front of a mirror and just play. This sounds so weird. And playing with your body and the aspects of it. And like when you're looking at the mirror, pretend it's a camera taking a picture of you, and look at every aspect compared to from like your head tilt, if it's out and down, because it gives you a stronger jawline. You can even see it in here. If I sat normal, you can see my jawline, but if I put it out and down, it proportions everything right, and it gives me a stronger jawline. Because you're gonna have fill light under your jaw, so it's harder to pronounce your jaw. Otherwise, you just like. And then study poses. Find poses. After you do that, you find poses that fit your body. Poses I'm going to be able to do won't work for your body, and your body won't work for my body, kind of thing. Just because there's different body types, everybody's built differently. And so, and then flexibility stuff, obviously. I am not as flexible as some of the girls last night. They were sitting there stretching, and I turned around, they looked like one big knot. I was like, I mean, I can stretch my feet. So,
wow.
I mean, it was crazy. But anyway, my body ain't gonna do that. I can think I can do it all I want. It ain't gonna happen.
You mentioned something like also with like the angles that you're doing when you're looking in the mirror. How important would you say like light comes into play with that? Because we were talking about that a little bit earlier too, with like lights and so.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, as a model, you should love your light. As I'm facing my natural light of my house, you should love your light. And you should know where your light is. So, a big thing to do when you're looking in the mirror is pick a spot. Like me personally, people think I'm weird for this, and I'm okay with it because it helps me. Is I draw a circle and I write light in it on my mirror.
Wow.
And that's my light. And you want to, as a model, you want to find your light. You want to be able to, when a photographer says find your light, and there's like 6 lights around you, it's okay to ask, which one am I looking for? Because sometimes they want this angle, and sometimes they want this angle. But you guys are a team. He's there to make you look good, and you're there to help him look good, helping each other out.
Right.
Remember that too, because if you don't tag them in their photos, it's not pretty.
You hear about it.
I've had that happen to me, but I've seen it. But anyway, so I draw a light, a circle, and I make it my light, and then I draw another circle and write camera. And sometimes to be funny, I'll put ... action, but that's me. And so I'll see my light, and I'll pose towards my light, because you want, like, for example, this is a great example. Since I have this natural light coming in, you can see where my definition is in my shoulders and in my collarbones right here. So if I pose like this, you can definitely see it. And that's why you want to pose towards your light, because I wouldn't have any of these attributes if I wasn't posing towards my light.
Gotcha.
It would dull out half the phase, or like if it did this. See the difference?
Yeah, wow.
So, like, sometimes they look for that, but this to me is way more pleasant, and to most people. So I would, sorry, my eyes. Whew. I would definitely practice using your light. Most photographers will tell you this is where you want to stand, and then you'll be able to pick it up from there once you get the hint. And study. It's very important to study part of lighting. Talk to photographers. Be like, hey, what's that do? Hey, what's this do? Because then when you're on a high-profile shoot, you can be like, oh, that's this.
Right.
I need to face this light because that's just a filler light.
Right.
And it just helps you out in the long run. It makes you look way more professional than you may be. Not saying that you're not.
Right. It doesn't hurt to learn.
Personally, because of that, I had a photographer that I very first worked for, and he was phenomenal. He taught me everything that I needed to know as a model when it came to lighting. He still teaches me. I'm like, what's that? And he has no problem explaining it. I mean, if you talk to them about their passion, they are like, kind of talking to us about modeling.
Right. That is awesome.
So, yeah, it definitely helps. And I went to a high-profile shoot recently, and he set up all these lights, and I was like, I know that one, I know that one, I know that. That must be my light. All right. And he's like, wow, that's really good that you knew that.
Wow, so, that is awesome. You brought up another point that I really liked when you were talking about, I guess, moving more so to runway with walking. Like you said that you sometimes, like, you'll set down a line of tape, and then that would be your guide to help you walk in a straight line and work on your walk. And you would have, like, mirrors to see your angles. So could you share a little bit more about that?
I actually have one in my house. I don't know if you can see it. It's this. There's a
oh,
line
wow.
right
I see it.
Yeah, that's my runway. And I walk from my kitchen down here, and then I have a mirror right there
Uh-huh.
to see
Nice.
my posing.
Nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have to bring a mirror downstairs to see my entire body.
Mm-hmm.
But I really just work on my face. That's a thing that I've been working on lately because I get in a socially awkward Hailee. It's into this spot where she doesn't know whether to smile or like have her model face on. Sometimes I'll be in cute frilly stuff and the designer will be like, "Oh, be cute and lovely in this," and I'm used to being like,
"Yep, I've been there."
And so I'm like, and I carry all my tension in my mouth, and so it looks really awkward.
Right. I've done that too.
So I'm working on that currently. But yeah, I know a couple different walks, and so every night before I go to bed, I walk 20 times in each walk. Wow. So that's a total of 40 walks, and I watch my facial expression, I watch my line, which I'll get into. I watch my arms, I watch everything, every aspect that goes into a walk, I watch.
Wow.
And it takes time. Before I did 20 times a night, I was doing one walk for like an hour to make sure that I got everything. But once you start getting the flow of it down and your body starts, like, you can just kind of sink into it and walk, it makes it a lot faster process. And I walk 20 times each and point out stuff and write it down, like, okay, this is what I need to work on, or so on and so forth.
That is so amazing that you're like so dedicated. That is like dedication. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I live with two guys. They're like best friends from childhood. So they look at me and they're like, "What are you doing?" And it's funny because they've known me since I was little. I've always been a tomboy. I am not a girly girl. The only reason I have makeup on right now is because I slept in mine from yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fine. I'm cool with it. I still look good. I woke up like this, literally.
Wow.
So when I come out and I'm in my heels and I'm in my tight pants, like I'll wear leggings or something and a tank up top so I can see every aspect moving. They're like, "This isn't the Hailee we know." She had an Xbox in her room. She's playing video games, or she's walking in a car or something. So
wow.
It's pretty funny.
That's
awesome. I have a piece of tape down, down right here, and it's just one little thing. It's about 2 inches wide of the Scotch tape. Something you can see. And I've even colored it one time because it blended in with the tile. In my old house. Anyway, so I put it down, and when you walk, you want to step right in front of each other's foot, because when you're looking, if you think about it, when you're on a runway and someone's always looking up at you, because either they're sitting down and you're not like lifted up on a runway, but photographers, they want to make you look good too. They're there to make you look good, themselves look good, and their photos and so on and so forth, the clothing, blah blah blah. They have a lot of responsibility on their shoulder. So when you're walking down the runway and you have these lines where you step directly in front of each other, then it makes you look even longer. Because you have your lean, and then you have your toe pointed directly in front. And I don't know if I could show you, actually. Maybe I could. Because it's hard to explain unless you see it. Because it took me forever. My dog may walk in front of me. Yeah.
Hi, Lily.
Okay, so you can kind of see me?
Yep, I can see you. You're fine.
So you have your lean, so I already look long, but if I step directly in front of my feet to each other, see how long I look? So if you think about it, that's how a photographer will see you.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, and so, yeah, and I have pictures on my Facebook and on my Instagram of it, and so you guys will definitely have to check it out.
Definitely.
And follow me on Instagram, Facebook. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. I have one more quick question. When you're, like, all of that, is that all, like, what's going on in your head when you're on the runway and you're practicing these tips and, these techniques every single night? Does it kind of just flow for you, or do you still kind of like, okay, make sure I'm like, walking right, lean back? What's going on inside your mind when you're on that runway?
Yeah. funny. I don't know why I'm like that. It gets me every time. People are like, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, "No, no,
Mm-hmm.
not at all." And I'm like
Mm-hmm.
chilling, relaxed. And then I get on that last
Yep.
step, getting ready to pose for the
Mm-hmm.
first time. I'm like, uh. So when I'm practicing backstage and I'm getting my poses down with the clothing and my turns down, so on and so forth, I think of all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. But as soon as I step onto the actual runway, I literally 100% think left foot, right foot,
Mm.
left foot, right foot.
Wow.
I can't think of anything else because if I do, it will be obvious to everyone because I'll just be like, "Oh, slow down, slow down."
Wow.
It's. I mean, a lot probably does go through my head, but the only thing I can think that actually goes through my head is left foot, right foot,
Mm-hmm.
left foot. Don't look at the people. Left
Yeah.
foot, right foot.
Then pose. Strike a pose.
Pose,
Uh-huh.
pose, left foot, right foot.
Uh-huh. Well, that is so awesome. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your tips and knowledge. And you did mention that there's a boutique, a local boutique that was interested in like sharing photos of you in their clothing and posting it on social media. So that's something else that you're going to be getting into, which is awesome, and I'm excited for you. So give us your Instagram, Facebook. How can people get in touch with you and follow you? What are your
You guys follow me on Facebook or Instagram. It's Hailee Mason Model, and it's spelled Hailee, and then Mason like the mason jar. Model.
Uh-huh.
I'm on Facebook and Instagram, like I said. I post live videos of what I'm doing, so that way you guys can kind of see backstage how model calls work,
Awesome.
so on and so forth. And then I post a lot, and you guys are welcome to message me, ask questions. Even you don't even have to message me to ask a question. You can just post it and be like, "Where are you? What are you doing?" Da, 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 da. I mean, I answer them pretty fast, so it's a lot of fun. So
That's
hopefully
awesome.
I'll be coming out to your area pretty soon. I have a photographer that got in touch with me and would like to do a shoot.
Awesome. Okay, definitely
So
let me know.
So thank you for having me. I
Yeah.
greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for like being with us and doing this. We appreciate it as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.